Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. I've got a pretty unique little thing I picked up. Paid 40 bucks for this. This is an Alcoa. Pretty cool. It's a hydraulic pump. Goes up to 10,000 pounds, and it is a 10 gallon per minute model. And a little serial number there. So what these would be used for is a lot of different things in the field, right? Anything you need to hydraulically operate, these would work for that. And what I was told this one was used for specifically, I don't know if this is the case or not, is that it was a Jaws of Life pump. So I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, and we'll get back to it and check it out and see if that's actually the case. But not really sure if it runs. It does have the stink gas inside, and you can, oh yeah, get a whiff of that. It's not very good at all. And what we're going to do is tear into this guy. Got some damage right here. Someone busted it off, and it's supposed to have a key right there, or a switch. And so we're going to have to put a switch in here, and spark plug is trashed. But all in all, she's pretty neat. Oh, that's nice. That'll be easy to take off. So yeah, let's pull this thing apart, and actually let's see if it has spark and stuff like that. We'll test out the spark plug and see what we got, and go from there. All right, we'll check to see if she's got any oil in her at all. Yeah, it's got a ton of oil. It actually looks clean, pretty darn clean. And there's a lot of oil out here too, so I don't know if that's from like mishandling, turning her on her side, and this oil cap not having that great of a seal, or the fact that I just put a leaf in the oil. Okay, the other problem I'm going to run into is I don't have an adapter for this style, so I'm going to have to come up with some way, because I just want to be able to operate like porta powers out here in the shop. So this is just going to be like a hydraulic pump, and it does go both ways. Although this feels really, really loose. That feels weird to me. Seems like there should be a little more going on in there, but we'll find out. We'll see if there's a problem inside. But anyway, and also, you may not feel anything until you get to the actual point of pumping fluid, but we'll figure that out. We have a little sight glass down here. Shows us our amount of hydraulic fluid in there. That's questionable. We also have to figure out what kind of fluid it uses. I do not want to burn the pump out, so what we will do is try to figure out if it has fluid in it before we get fired up. Obviously, we're going to need a spark plug, and gentleman that sold it to me actually sent me with a plug as well. All right, first things first, I want to get all this grease and gunk off of here, and I could go spray it down with a bunch of chemicals or whatever, but I've got an easier solution here inside the shop, and usually that's my smart washer. It's up on the trailer. I'm not going to be moving that down. All this stuff came from the good old Landfest. I'd like to get a restoration out before I get this thing undone. But what I do have is the Benchtop Pro still in my possession. The guy who won this at the good old Landfest is going to be picking it up, and he's given me permission to go ahead and shoot another video. So I'm just going to show you how versatile this thing is, because that right there is a hefty beast. I mean, that thing weighs, my guess would be somewhere around 60 to 80 pounds. I'm not really sure. It's very heavy in the hand, and this little smartwatcher Benchtop Pro can handle it. And this is portable. It's like a little suitcase size. Tell by the size of my foot. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's got fluid in it. It's ready to go. So we'll get it set up, and we'll start cleaning this part. Okay, so just on the surface, one really cool thing about this product is its size and its portability. So if you need to move this thing around, it's easy to carry. There's only a little over a gallon of fluid inside here, and it's got its own pump and brush built in. Super light, really, really tough. And it's a really good parts washer for your standard shopper, right? So if you're just cleaning small stuff in your own shop, it does a great job at that. It comes with a little adapter, and then right here you can split this apart and actually connect it to either shore power, or you can power it off your vehicle, right? Really, really cool. The major thing that sets this apart from all the rest of the washers out there is that it comes with Aussie juice, and you have microbe packs. Every 30 days you add this little micro pack right here. This is a ½ ounce of essentially microbes, and what they do is they consume all the bad stuff. They eat all the oil up, so all that oil we're going to put in there is essentially going to feed these guys. It's fantastic. What we do is we actually just kick this little leg up right here, and this will fall out because I don't have it pinned in. It's got a nice little retainer there. And then you pop it open right here. This slides down, and it gives you a nice spot. Fix it, restore it in the house. Gives you a nice spot to wash your parts on in there, as well as here, right? And you can see you have a fill line down there. So when you tip this up, it doesn't spill out. It doesn't go all over the place. It stays inside the unit. And yeah, because all of this fluid goes this direction, and this is the base. This is the bottom. So we're going to turn her on. You can hear the pump kick on a few seconds later. And there you go. You got your Aussie juice. You can see we use this at the festival. It just immediately cleans all the grease off itself. Really, really cool. Okay. Oh my God. This thing is heavy. Oh, jeez Louise. Let's turn her on. Just give her a little wet down. I always like to wet her down. I don't want to try to keep this stuff out of the cylinders, but we're just going to give her a real quick and easy wet down. You can already see down there. Look how much color has changed. It's already just like removing the stuff just by washing it a little bit. And we haven't even started the scrubbing. Wow, that's crazy. And then look, a little brush cleans it right off. All right, let's get into it. So before you put it away, just clean it up a little bit because it can't clean what it can't get to. Close your lid. Throw your extra stuff back inside here. Disconnect your power. Store your cord. Close it up. And you're done. So I want to get a look at the fluid inside here, the hydraulic fluid. We're going to pull this cap. We'll see how much is in there. And I don't want to operate this thing dry. Okay, there's really nothing. Okay, actually there's quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to say we're just right under the line. So that's pretty safe. I think we're okay. And the fluid looks pretty good. I am going to take this opportunity to go ahead and put in a tad more. Okay, so first thing we need to do is test spark. And we've got a broken spark plug. So pull that out. Hey, thought it might be loose. Alright, so this gentleman gave me a spark plug. Nice little, number's gone. Okay, CJB. Let's check it out. And this is like an old vintage package too, I like it. No, totally different plug. Not gonna work. So we are spark plugless. That's unfortunate. But we can still use our spark plug to test spark. So let's use our spark plug to test spark. There. Yep. Can you guys see that? So I'm not sure if you can see, but we have spark. So it looks like we got pretty good spark as well. Okay, so now we need to find a spark plug. I don't know that I have one of these laying around, so it may be a trip to the store. Before we run to the store, let's go ahead and check our filter. Oh, gooey. It's oil. Yeah, I don't know that much was getting through there. We can just try to rinse it out, but if they have one for $1 or $2, I'll pick it up. because that, I don't know that much is getting through there. It almost feels like oh yeah, it's just falling apart. So we can't use this. Let's get a new filter too. Look at the shape of these screws. And I think when I use different size screwdrivers and stuff, people get on to me because they've seen this happen or they've done this before. I don't know what it is about people not being able to use a screwdriver. Like, obviously that's the wrong size. Okay, they break loose pretty easy. But you just make sure that you're squared up on the screw, not like this, not like that, and not this direction. And as long as you're squared up on it, usually you're going to be fine. If you start twisting and nothing happens, you've got a problem. And so just be cautious. And if it's binding up, get some penetrating lube on there. So we shouldn't have an issue getting that off. We shouldn't have an issue getting the tank off. We'll throw the tank in evaporust and get it cleaned up. But we're going to see if we can get it fired first. So I guess next step, that should be all the parts we need, is a spark plug. And I don't know that we'll require a carburetor kit. If we do, we do, but there's not a lot going on here.
Get registered back in Texas, and surely it wouldn't be all that much. I can't be the only.
Alright, let's give her a little squirt of fuel. And see what happens. Ooh, something's happening. Yeah, she's running wide open. There's some kind of a governor, but this is all crushed up here, so. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get this off, see about pounding this straight out, and see if we can see what's happening with this governor. Okay, I was able to find a filter. Should pop that back in the housing. Probably should have cleaned this up a little bit before I put the filter on, but who cares? I don't, not on this project. Alright, let's see about knocking the dent out of this thing. Yeah, there's our problem. That dent was keeping our governor from operating, so it was going wide open. The other thing is, this is a little stiff right here, so I'm hoping that that hole at the top will allow us to oil it. Oh, much better already. Man, I'm gonna tell you guys, that knocker loose is some good stuff. Let it drop down in there. Show you it bubbling in. We're gonna let that wash it through, wash the lubrication through there. So that was super stiff, now it's like totally free. It's gonna ratchet really well. I like it. Go ahead and pull the plug off. I want to feel how it feels. Oh yeah, much better. I'll use my body hammer, but okay, not long enough. It's very important that when you pound this stuff down, you do it in the proper order. You have to reverse the accident. You have to reverse what fell on it. Otherwise, you'll just end up with a wrinkly mess. I'll work the rest with a dolly here in a little while. Let's put it back on and see how it works. So, all we're doing is testing to see if the governor actuates. And we can do that without tightening it. Oh yeah. There we go. Nice and free now. I hate cracking the head bolts loose, but stupid bracket's bolted to it. Let's go ahead and just toss this in the evaporust. Yeah, she's a little funky. So I'm gonna go dump this, and I keep this stuff around. The reason I do is because I've got a burn piles out here, and this is what we use to ignite our burn piles. It's just old gas and diesel and crap. Back over to the smart washer. Once again, the Aussie juice will eat up all this bad stuff that's on here. Anything we get out of here after it's cleaned up. And so we can just run this through there. It's not going to ruin our parts washing solution. It's already cleaner. It's crazy. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to fill this up with the Aussie juice and let it work. Just let it sit here and do its job. And it will start breaking down all that bad stuff. When I open this up, even the top will look different. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Takes all the oxidization off of that. Good stuff, man. Okay, we ran our carburetor through the smart washer as well. Got it all cleaned up. These were a little clogged up, but now they're free. They blow free, and everything looks pretty good, pretty clean, and ready to go back together. I wouldn't suggest leaving the Aussie juice on here. Clean it off with something else. Use a carburetor cleaner or something. Spray it down, then blow it off. Originally, I thought that the hole right here was for the kill switch, but that's not the case. Kill switch is located right here on the choke, so this will touch that. See that? That's connected to this right there. Boop. And then you got a little wire that goes to this. It goes to your coil, and that shuts it down. Okay. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I have an extra screw. That sucks, man. And that happens a lot. Like, quite often. I've been through entire front end jobs on cars and pulled out, like, a specialty screw in my, leftover. And I can't speak English right now, apparently. But, yeah, I've had to take the vehicle back apart to install it. Never fun. We've got our clean new filter. If it doesn't start on fire, it should run. And it's on choke, and I think it should fire. Nice! Governor kicks in! Pump loads up. Kill switch works, and all that racket up top stopped. The restoration guy in me wants to see this thing all shiny. It's kind of pointless though. Like, it's also it's already a heck of a lot cleaner. Okay, so here's also what I can tell you about this lever. I can feel it loading up, but I don't want to mess with it. We're going to leave it in the center position because there's no line connected to it, and that worries me. I don't want to put too much pressure on the system or screw something up by actuating it while not having it connected. Alright, there she is, all finished up. And I could go in there and do body work on this and clean it up, but that just adds to the price, right? If I go in here and paint this thing, and it's going to cost more. Now I want to get a fitting. For this, I got to make an adapter, but it's Sunday and everything's closed. So I want to adapt this over to the lines that I use. This is Parker Hannafin Corp, and it's 3/8 MPT fitting on here, but it's not just a pipe fitting, it's a hydraulic fitting. So mine is, I think, 1/4 inch or something like that. I can't remember what mine is, but they're just like porta powers and stuff. I think it's not 3/8. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, yeah, so I can use this. I can just take it anywhere I need, and I've got portable hydraulic power anywhere. But I don't really need it that much. So if one of you guys has an actual requirement for something like this, I need to test the hydraulics first, which means I need to build the fitting to go on there. If the hydraulics work, great. If they don't, well, that's another video. We're going to get in there and start working on those. But I wanted to leave them together because I'm sure that they're fine. I'm sure that the pump is fine. I could feel it actuating. I just don't want to damage any seals that are hard to get. So we'll test it first, and then we'll get in there and determine if it works or not. So these guys are kind of expensive. As old as it is, it kind of holds its value because it's unique. They were thousands of dollars when you originally purchased them, but they sell right now for around $400. So if one of you guys needs this, I wanted to keep the cost low on it and not gussy it up, but if someone requires this, I don't have that much of a need for it, so I would pass this on. And you can have it, runs like a top, and we'll work out a deal. I won't hit you at $400. We'll keep it reasonable. Maybe do some bartering. What I would love is if someone has an old motorcycle or something like that, something that they're not using, some junked out bike, and they want to trade for it, and they could use this. So, because I can always do stuff with that, you know. Oh, look at this! Shame on me! What the heck? Not paying attention. We gotta fix that right now. That is unacceptable. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, get prepared for that build over there. If you have not yet seen the first video on that, get over there and check it out. It's a fantastic video. We tell the history of Honda. I don't know if I'm going to cut that if I don't take it all the way off. We tell the history of Honda, and as we disassemble the bike. It's going to be a great restoration project. I cannot wait to show you what I'm going to do with all these nasty parts and what it's going to look like when I'm done.